Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare.
Well, good morning, everyone. Hopefully everybody can see and hear me well. Do me a favor. Some weird technical difficulties have been happening this morning on the spin up for the live stream. Do me a favor. If you can give me a 5x5, that would be great. Let's go ahead and get the chat fired up. Do me a favor, type the number 1 in the chat to wake up the algorithm and let people know that we are here. We already have 21 people in Rumble and looks like got 1 on Twitch and 10 on YouTube. So I mean, we're doing great. We're doing great. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and go to the chat over on the Rumble side. Alrighty then. First, Bob Clancy. Number 2, West Virginia Pappy. You are the turd. You know, it's easier to do this, which is it's kind of, I don't know why. Why do we do it like this? It's so much harder. It's turd. You're the turd. And Leroy, thank you for showing up. Constellation prize coming your way. Let's see here on the YouTube side, and I need to fix my chat over here on the Restream side. On the YouTube side, scrolling up, Jordan, 1st. Bradley Collins, number 2. Jamie the 25th. You are the 3rd. West Virginia Pappy is omnipresent. Catitude, good morning. Tefel, Janice, Light Raider, Miss Melody, CBD Farms of America. That's new. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, Broseph. This is an interactive live stream. Let's see. Shelby Beach Girl. I think that's a new one too. I honestly can't remember. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Where are we at here? And everybody's giving me some 5x5s and some numbers. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. Let's see here. I'm going to try and do this without doing a cough drop. My cough has gotten much better. All right. So let's see here. It's, as you know, it's Freeform Friday, but the one thing I start with is I ask the Patreons if they have any questions, and I get everything. Thank you, Shelby. I appreciate it. I ask them questions that they might want answers to. Subjects. It could be a subject. It could be prepper related. I always get the smart ass ones too, but I love these guys, so I actually try to answer them, which is kind of funny. For those of you that ask that do you know who this guy is? Do you know who that guy? Do you know who that guy is? I am this guy. Well, dude, you got in under the bar, man. So there's your formal recognition right there. I'm not answering those stupid questions. Okay, let's see here. The first question that got asked was the best replacement substitute for Berkey fibers. And a lot of people don't actually use that term, fibers. And I will send you to, and where are we at here? What's the word I'm going to look for? God damn, my links are all messed up, guys. I'm going to have to add a scene. We're going to click this button. We're going to click that button, and then we're going to go to right there and share that. I'm going to share this for you guys right now because yes, you guys are going to see a lot of affiliate links here. That's how the show is funded, but it's also products that I actually personally endorse. So this is a company called The Water Machine. And I recommend that people replace all of their Berkey filters with the filters from this place. And let me go. I'm going to tell you 2 reasons why. 2 absolute reasons why. Okay. I have personally spoken with the president of this company. He's in Hawaii. He was a Berkey dealer and international rep for Berkey for over 22 years. He knows how the sauce is made. All right. So I want to show you guys something. We're going to go over here to shop, and we're going to go to filters. We're going to click on those. If you don't know this, I really hate to do this to you. I really hate to do this. We're going to start sharing this tab, and we're going to go with Berkey water filters. I'm going to click on that right there. Berkey replacement filters, original Berkey replacement filters. All right, come on now, Bing. Come on, Bing, Bing, Bing. Let's see here. It says they're out of stock, but that's okay. And there's a reason why they're out of stock. This is bonk. This is bonk. All right, what do we got? Shop, Berkey water filter system, accessories, replacement filters. Click. Come on. You can do it. There we go. So to replace a set of Berkey water filters is $166. These are 9-inch filters. They are carbon-based. They are expensive. As you can see here, these are, I don't know what that noise was. These are 9-inch filters, and they are $74.99. First things first, they are not Chinese knockoffs, guys. These are not Chinese knockoffs. Hint, hint. I'm going to tell you the number 2 most important thing about what I'm showing you right now. I'm going to pull a Joe Biden on you real quick. They're made in the same factory. If you could hear what I just said, do me a favor, type the number 2 in the chat, and I'll answer any questions that you have about them. And if there are none, then I will move on to the next subjectorino. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee because it is, oh. And in fact, let's see here. I know the next question. Let's see. And I've prepared for it. I've prepared for the next question. We're going to use, someone wants a link. And yes, oh, by the way, you can actually save some money by doing that. And we're going to put you in there as well. There you go. You can actually save 15% on that purchase. Honestly, I don't know if it applies to the water filters, but give it a try. Let's see here. Where are we at here? I'm going to go ahead and turn on what is the next questionerino. Let's see here. We're getting number twos in the chat. This is all good stuff. This is all very good stuff. Let's go ahead and get on to question number 2. Okay, what is the best way to secure a door from being kicked in? Guys, I've got to tell you, first things first. Very first thing that you have to do for any door that you want to ensure that is secured. Okay. Change out the screws that are holding your door mechanism together. Most of the screws that are installed with all of the hardware that comes with a door handle, a deadbolt, whatever it may be, it's going to be a screw about that big, like an inch long at the most. They're the lowest grade screws you can possibly buy. They're not even strong. Okay. What you need to do is remove those screws and put 3-inch screws into your hardware. If you can get it into the door itself, even better. But most people, you just need that lock plate that's actually in the door frame itself. Replace those 2 screws, and it is almost impossible for people to kick your door in. I mean, you got to really know what you're doing to get past that. Now, the next thing that I would recommend is the a door bar. Okay, and the reason I recommend a door bar is because it is actually the strongest thing that you can put on your door without actually. I'll make sure this is not showing anything it's not supposed to. Okay. Update location, Acomac, whatever. Let's go ahead and move that right there. Boom. And we'll start sharing this. Now the door bars themselves, it's very straightforward. Some of them are adjustable, and they do the job. And all you have to do is jam it up underneath your door knob. Am I sharing? Hopefully did I share? Yes, I am sharing this picture right now. You just jam this bar up underneath your doorknob. Let me get a good picture of it for you here. And it doesn't show a good picture. Okay. Jam this door rod up underneath and it will stop that door from opening. No joke. Unless they break off the top of the door and reach down and unconnect this thing. As you can see, it is adjustable. All right. Can't see the share. Okay. Let's see. Let me see. Got to push that button there. There's the share, guys. Sorry about that. Thank you for letting me know, Tefel. So I'll start over. So it's a door bar. You can buy these pretty much anywhere. They don't have to be crazy. They don't have to be made out of 554 steel, anything like that, because it's all just leverage and friction, and it will keep your door closed. That's not what I wanted you to see. There we go. And it's just a door bar. You jam that part right up underneath your doorknob that you've already reinforced with the 3-inch screws. And then you push that down onto the floor, and it's going to keep that door from opening. Now, I also recommend that you get the alarm system too. It's called a door stop alarm. And you just put it right at the foot of the door. And that way, if anybody does open that door, get through that bar, then what's going to happen is you're going to actually get some kind of noise. It might scare them off. Hopefully, it might be enough to wake you up in time to get a hold of your security situation that you're keeping inside of your house. Let's see here. But where are we at here? Where we go, and door stopper bar. And I'm going to go ahead and throw those links in there for you guys. I know at some point you're going to ask for them. And there you go. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and go to the chat. I got something in here from Major Ken. Where are we at here? I can't see that. Light Raider says, I also have a kick plate on all my doors. Good. Major Ken says, screws are not just about length. Sometimes it's about position. I don't want the rod. I don't want the rod underneath. I got you. Let's see here. And looks like that is going to be it for the chat. You guys aren't very chatty today, but that's okay. We haven't really got into anything just yet. I'm just answering the questions that the Patreons had. All right. So the next one is, and I'm on the right screen. The next one is gas went up in my area 13 cents overnight. What do you think it's going to get up to? Well, let's take a look at it, guys, because there's a method to this madness. There's a method to this madness. Share this tab, click that button, turn that button, go back to that. So the madness is actually pretty simple. Hey, Eagle Lover, good to see you, bro. The method to the madness on predicting these gas prices is the first thing you have to understand is that you will never know what the gas prices are going to do. Okay. Gas prices in my area, oddly enough, after they went up last week to 309, from 289 to 309, they've stabilized. They've just gone flat. And if you notice, that's what they do, because it takes a certain period of time for it to go up and down based off of that 0.99 cents that we see at the end of every price or at every tank. It's never $1.99. It's $1.99.99. It's the only other place on the planet where we actually, what's up, Timoteo? That we actually use that level of depth of accounting. Thank God the IRS doesn't do that stuff. But I wanted to show you guys this screen right here. You can use this anytime you want to. This is gasprices.aaa.com. The national average has actually gone down 0.1%. No, 0.001%. It's actually gone down since yesterday. The average week was 0.129. So see how it just stays 312, 312, 312. A month ago it was 324. But that was a month ago at the end of the month. You know what I'm saying? So that's 30 days. Now, I gave you guys a prediction that I expected gas prices were going to go up. Okay. I expect gas prices to go up because let's see, Brent crude oil price today. Boom. Let's try that one. Okay, currently it's $79.05 per barrel. That is up 1.1% from last week's price at 78.19. This is how you figure out if gas prices are going to go up. Now, it's a metric, so it has to be understood and it has to be adjusted upwards so that you can see the prediction, the capability to predict things, okay? If it's going up, it's going to go up, and then even if it goes back down, all the gas that was made with it, those gas prices are going to go up. So everything that's happening today, we won't feel until like a week or a month or, there'll be a specific period of time that's undefined, an undefined specific period of time. There you go. That's a catch 22 right there. But you'll actually see that the prices of gases are going to fluctuate. So right now, the price of Brent crude is still going up. Thus, the price of gasoline should also be going up. We just may not be feeling it right now. Okay. What do we got here? Bob Clancy says, I watched a locksmith force open my steel security door with an air bladder tool and knowledge of how the latch works. The door bar on the inside would make that a lot harder. Absolutely correct. Bob is referencing a bladder that you can actually buy on Amazon. It's designed to open car windows without breaking the car. And it's just this sliver of plastic that once you get it into the creases of something and you start to pump it up, it just uses that force. Uses the force to create a gap. And that's what he's actually referencing. Let's see here. Major Ken said, if you don't need gas or diesel on hand for a week or more, you are doing it wrong. Okay, thank you very much. Timoteo, never let my tank get below half. Can't be making financial decisions at the pump. Very true. Very true. When I see gas go down, I buy gas. It's that easy. Hey, good morning, Deanna. It's that easy. I just go buy gas. It's not rocket science. You know what I'm saying? You're going to spend the money whether you like it or not. Okay, we're all part of this system. We got snared years ago. but you can determine your own fate as far as how much you're going to pay for that gas. Especially if you have a large vehicle with a 20-gallon tank on it. you have to decide whether you want to pay $50 or $60 for that tank of gas. You know what I'm saying? I heard the funniest thing this morning. There was it was that little device that you can Bluetooth to your phone that'll tell you, you put your fingers on it, it'll tell you if you're like having a heart attack or if you have atrial fibrillation or whatever. And he's like, yeah, this is at $74. This is less than the price of a tank of gas. And it was like, well, uh, okay. I had to think, where does this guy buy his gas? Immediately was California. But the truth is gas is going to be priced differently wherever you live. There's no, as much as we try to figure it out, we're just never going to figure it out. All we can do is try to do our best to get the best possible value and to pay attention to things that would cause gas prices to go up. You know, a war, ships that aren't being able to go through the Red Sea because it's it cuts 4 days off the route around the Horn of Africa. Canals that get jammed up. Let's see, pissing off our Arab friends. You know, those are little indicators that, yeah, you got to pay attention to. So Major Ken says, keep 50 to 100 gallons of fuel on hand. Yes, I keep them in my cargo pockets at all times. It's the best place for them. Okay, let's see here. We're going to go to the next question. If shit hits the fan, will the NFL still be on? Oh my God. You're killing me. You're killing me, Ken. You're killing me. Hold on a second. I have to what's the word? Retaliate with common sense and make you see the ways, the errors of your way. So pay attention. I'm only going to answer this question one time. And now you know that. Ha ha. Chuckle, chuckle, chuckle. Okay, so answering that question, it's a Patreon. They answered a question, they got an answer. Whether they liked it or not is really not my problem. All right, so the next question that got asked, make sure I'm on the right screen here, and it looks like I am. The next question that got asked was, do you believe the Pope is a pedophile? I have to tell you guys, no, I do not. He's actually, I am not. I am not dead air. I don't know what dead air means, Leroy. I don't know what that means. I see you moving, no audio. Okay. Well, that's an issue. Okay. Interesting. Let me look at this. All right. All right. Let's see here. You're fine here. I got you, Jordan. Yeah, I don't know. Um, I'm doing kind of a little bit of a sound test right now. Okay, there we go. We're good. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know what. Well, I think we picked a subject that the YouTube's does not like. Does not like. So let's go ahead and wake up the algorithm. Do me a favor, guys. Type the number 3 in the chat. That all of you. There's 18 of you here on where we got here. 17 on YouTube and 1 on Twitch. And let's see here. How many people are over here on? And I got 19 on the Rumbles. Guys, do me a favor. I want to see a bunch of number 3s in there. Let's wake this puppy up. Let him know that, hey, you can't shut us down, because apparently that's what just freaking happened. That was really weird. And all we were doing was talking about the damn NFL. Wow. Absolutely wow. That was not an electron glitch, guys. You saw me. I was here talking. And I'll tell you right now, the one thing that passes over the internet better than you have video and you have audio, okay? And you guys have seen where I'm talking or where I'm making a video and the video freezes up, but the audio keeps going. So the one thing that always moves freely is the audio, not even a problem, okay? So yeah, interesting. Okay, I did hear you answer. Got you, Bradley. I got you. I don't know what the hell happens. We had a couple of people actually talk about it. That is really weird. Really, really weird. Okay, so with that said, we're going to go and answer the next question. Oh, this should be interesting. Let's see what YouTube does about this. Do you think the Epstein log will actually be released? And my answer is yes. And the reason is actually pretty simple. We're going to go ahead and switch that over here. And there we go. And we're going to go back to this screen right here. And we're going to scroll up, close that stupid window. Judge ordered release of people named in court documents related to the Jeffrey Epstein, not his client list. Okay, so first things first. There's going to be multiple lawsuits, okay? Let's just knock this one out. So claim a list of late financier, a list of late financier Jeffrey Epstein's clients will be released in January, implicating other high-profile figures in sex crimes with which Epstein was awaiting trial when he died. Missing context. A federal judge on Monday ordered the public disclosure of the identities of 150 people mentioned in court documents related to Epstein. The individuals' names will include, oh, come on, really? Jesus criminy. The individual's name will include sex abuse victims and people with only a passing connection to the scandal, as well as Epstein's employees and litigation witnesses. Most of the names were already public. The order has added to the years-long speculation sparked by Epstein's case about the involvement of rich and powerful people in sex trafficking. Okay, so the reason I say yes is actually pretty simple. There's going to be multiple cases, okay? So every time somebody's name gets brought up, there's always the possibility of arbitration. And that means that they could start a lawsuit. It could be a class action lawsuit. It could be a civil suit. It could be lots of things, okay? But in every single time they let somebody's name out, which is what they're about to do in January, then those people or somebody else says, oh, well, that's connected to this, so now we need this name, and that's connected to that, so we need that name. And sooner or later, that client list will slowly be picked apart. Let's put the tinfoil hat on for a second. There's also the thought that, the government's got it. And if old Presidente Trumpo gets reelected, he might just say, we're done with all this stuff that is destroying our country. Here's the list. He would be fully within his rights, because I guarantee at some point they put a classification on it at the DOJ. Guarantee it. So he just declassifies it and he says, do your Freedom of Information Act forms. Here it is. So it could very happy. Hey, Doug, good to see you, bro. Good to see you, man. Let's see. I am only on YouTube and he went silent on my end. Gotta love these guys. I think the audio glitch was maybe switching apps. Not sure. Restream has been acting weird this morning, so there is that possibility. I just don't know. What do we got here? Where we at here? Glitched again. Jordan says it glitched again. Well, if it goes out for like more than 30 seconds and you still see me, then do me a favor, let me know in the chat, because there's nothing I can do but carry on. All right, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and close let me close some of these windows that I have opened right now. Let's see here. Friday questions. Okay. So hopefully that answers the questions on the Epstein stuff. All right. So I had another question. Why were the Google Guidestones blown up? And honestly, I could not find out why it happened. Okay. But I did notice that there were a few very interesting things. And unfortunately, the best place to find out any information, any data on the Georgia Guidestones is from Wikipedia. So I hate using them as a source. Yeah, there is something going on, and I don't know what it is, guys, but we're just going to continue to move forward because that's the best thing to do. Okay, so with the Georgia Guidestones, if you don't know what they are, let's see. They blow them up. Someone blew them up. No one knows how it happened. It just happened. Do me a favor. Put put a 7 in the chat if you think that the government launched a Hellfire missile at it. That's the Georgia Guidestones. Multiple languages. There's a lot of things, The Georgia Guidestones was a granite monument that stood in Elbert County, Georgia. It was 19 feet tall and made from 6 granite slabs weighing a total of a lot of freaking weight. The structure was sometimes referred to as the American Stonehenge. The monument's creators, so that now we're going to get into some weird words. The monument's creators believed that there was going to be an upcoming social, nuclear, or economic calamity. And they wanted the monument to serve as a guide for humanity in the world which would exist after. So basically, they were trying to create a non-biblical tablets of commandments or guidelines, the Guidestones. Controversial from its time of construction, it relatively became the subject of conspiracy theories, which alleged that it was connected to Satanism. On the morning of July 6, 2022, the Guidestones were heavily damaged in a bombing from a vandal, and the debris and guidelines were removed by the local government later that day. In late July, Elberton Mayor Daniel Graves announced plans to rebuild the monument. However, on August 8, the Elbert County Board of Commissioners voted to donate the remains of the monument to the Elberton Granite Association and return the 5 acres of land on which the monument was erected to the previous owner. So here's the thing, guys. Let's see here. In June 1979, a man using the pseudonym, his pen name, it's not really his real name, Robert C. Christian, approached the Elberton Granite Finishing Company on behalf of a small group of loyal Americans. All right, so at this point, we just have to stop. No, but maybe later. Look, go away. But here's the key thing that you need to get from this. On March 22nd, 1980, the monument was unveiled by Congressman Doug Bernard. Oh, let's see Doug Bernard here. Doug Bernard, Democrat. These are the only things you need to know about the Florida Guidestones, guys. They guided nobody. They were controversial from the very beginning. They served no purpose. They came out of nowhere. I mean, poof, just one day they were there. People thought a lot about why this was happening, but it really didn't matter. It really didn't matter. And it really doesn't matter. My personal opinion on the Florida Guidestones is that, yes, a vandal did destroy them. They actually show a video of a man running away from it as it explodes. But no one's ever going to know who he was, and no one cares to find him because most people think that because of the way that these things were put up and that how the I hate to say it, but the far left actually thought these things were like their version of the Bible without a God involved. And So they from conception, this was a bad idea for the American public. So when it got destroyed, nobody cared, and nobody's actually looking for the guy. Open investigation just means that no one's looking for it. Okay, so I've answered all of the questions. So if there are any questions right now, do me a favor, put them in the chat. I'm going to take a sip of coffee for my Patreons who asked some of these questions. You're welcome. You got your $3 worth today, didn't you? Oh, it's good coffee. All right. Still waiting for you to type something in the chat. I know there's a delay there. So I'm going to do this. Skill, talent, Olympic class stuff. 2024 predictions. That's a great one, Leroy. That's a great Leroy. That's a great one, and very simply stated. 2024 predictions. My predictions are that by March of 2024, something will happen. I don't say that to be vague because I just don't want to be pegged by that guy who said you're all going to die in 2024. The indicators that I see are that financially we are headed towards the popping of the everything bubble. We are moving towards a more pointed and very different type of warfare that we are already in right now. We could literally see ourselves dropping bombs on Iran. We could literally see ourselves doing that by March. Will that be negative for us in the U.S.? I don't know. See, the biggest problem that we have internationally is we are politically on a war footing. If you guys don't know what that is, you might want to Google it. We are not logistically or industrially on a war footing. What does that mean in the simplest terms? We can't make the bullets fast enough. That's what it means. We can't make the bombs fast enough. We can't make the missiles fast enough. And the rest of the world, to include Russia and China, would love to see us go full tilt boogie in Iran. Turn it into a glass parking lot. Put boots on the ground. They would love to do that because when we committed to doing that, we would be completely vulnerable to attack in any other theater. So that's my prediction for 2024. You got 3 months to get your trash in one bag. Not joking. I told the Patreons the last week and this week that they should be aware, and if they are noticing, to be aware that it is actually happening, that I'm becoming more serious about the things that I talk about in the videos, because it's time to get more serious. It's time to start training. It's time to stop spending money on movie time and Applebee's. And it's time to start spending more money on cheap ammo you can practice with, because the times are going to get rough. They're going to get rough. And I will say this with a grain of salt, guys. Take this with a grain of salt, should I say. If I'm wrong, so what? I'm wrong. Absolutely. I am not a prophet. I don't pretend to be able to read the tea leaves better than anybody else. But what I will tell you is that the things that I am seeing will lead to those things in that particular period of time. It is just that easy. Let's see here. I'm going to go to the chat. Looks like Bob's got a question there, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm not skipping you, Bob. I want to answer some. I want to look at some of the other things that are being said in the chat, and then we'll move back to you. Let's see here. 20 CW 2.0. I hate when people use acronyms. I don't know what CW. I love the CW. I think they have great shows. But I'm going to guess you mean Civil War 2.0. That's a possibility. There are so many. We're already in World War III, guys. Don't you guys watch the freaking news? We're at war with the Houthis in Yemen, or the Houthis in Yemen. We're at war with them. Don't you understand that carrier strike group after carrier strike group after carrier strike group have been positioned to look at the map? Okay, next time you guys watch Fox News and they're talking about the Red Sea actions, look at the map. There's ship in this. You see that? You see that? That's called a pincer movement. They're surrounding the Middle East where the bad guys are completely. There's almost nothing in the Persian Gulf, which is where the Iranians would come out and cause little stupid things to go on. Do you see what's happening? That's what's happening. Let's see here. LP, did you watch video I sent you in Discord about T-Mobile dining people who text things that are not agreeable with the narrative? Catitude, no, I didn't see that. I thought that was just like news. I didn't think that was a video, but I will go back and I will watch it. I heard T-Mobile has been doing some shady stuff. They've been selling people's information. I mean, just like doing some stuff they really, if they should not be doing this. But I will go back and I will look at that. Let's see here, Bradley. If the rule of thumb is 4 gallons per day per person, do you think they include the extra water needed for the freeze-dried beans or water rice that everyone saves? Generally, no. And it's the rule of thumb is 1 gallon of water per day per person. And then you add another gallon to that, and they don't say this, but you add another gallon to that for those particular things, for hand washing, things like that. Now, the 4 gallon number comes from to bathe, to do cleanup, things like that. So it's not a bad number, definitely. If you're doing your planning based off of 4 gallons per day per person, good to go. You're good to go. Let's see here. Have you seen the Walmart version of the Solo Stove fire pit? I'm pretty impressed for the price. I don't. The Solo Stove fire pit, Walmart Solo Stove fire pit. Let me look at that now. I did look at Walmart, and no, that's not what I want. Walmart Solo Stove fire pit. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of these little. I'm not a fan of these little indoor fire pits. I mean, they just serve no function. You can't cook anything on them. Have you looked at the top of them? There's no attachment to actually like raise it up so that the heat and air can escape through the top. Let's see here, and I hope I'm talking about the same thing. Let's see here. Are we talking T-Mobile and Shaft in Patreon chat yesterday? Better late than never. Hey, Kimmer, good to see you, bro. I don't have T-Mobile to follow, but I'm constantly logged out of Facebook daily. I'm sure it's other service providers. I do have T-Mobile, but rarely check Facebook. I don't watch the news. That's why I watch you. Okay. No pressure, dude. Let's see here. So my girlfriend has T-Mobile, and she hates it. She absolutely hates it because where we live, unless you're heading north on the main highway, you don't have any bars. I mean, she drives the Eastern Shore is a very, very strange rural place. So there's not a lot of cell phone towers out here, but she's had none of these problems that you guys are talking about. Doggaball Productions, about damn time, girl. Good to see you. All right, so Bob had a question. Do you know that all of Ukraine was attacked last night? No, I did not know that because Ukraine is a huge place. All of Ukraine. I'm gonna Google that real quick. I'm gonna go there. All of attacked last night. Let's see. Russian-Ukraine war live. At least 18 dead after massive Russian attack across Ukraine. This is coming from The Guardian. I'm going to go ahead and share this tab. I don't know. Let me make sure it's not going to be like stupid because The Guardian can be pretty crazy. Let's see here. Is an original story? All right. Let's see here. Russia-Ukraine war live. At least 18 dead after massive Russia attack across Ukraine. This is one of those live things. There's just way too many advertisements on it. Let me find a different place. Where are we at here? That's CNN. That's safe to see. Let's go ahead and switch that tab up. Throw that over there. All right, so let's see here. Russia launches largest air attack on Ukraine since full-scale invasion. Let's see here. Without referring directly to strikes, early Friday, the Russian Defense Ministry said the Russian forces carried out 50 group strikes and one mass strike this week. All right. U.S. Ambassador to Ukraine calls for more funding for Kiev in light of massive air attack. U.S. Ambassador to Ukraine, Bridget Banks, called for more funding for Kiev on Friday as Ukrainian experienced the biggest Russian air attack since the beginning of the full-scale invasion. Millions of men, women, and children are in bomb shelters as Russia fires missiles across the country. Ukraine needs funding now to continue to fight for freedom. Let's see here. You know what? Let's play this stupid game. U.S. funds Ukraine, and let's go and let's change this to. Where's my tools? Anytime. Let's say this past week. That's how much aid. What? I'm sorry. There's the Washington Post. What's the Washington Post have to say? It's like the worst thing ever, but we're going to use it anyway. U.S. weapons worth up to $250 million, including an array of air munitions and other missiles, artillery, anti-air systems, demolitions, and medical equipment and parts. The aid provided through the Presidential Drawdown Authority will be pulled from Pentagon supplies. In a statement, Marine Lieutenant Colonel Garen Garn, what a stupid name, a Pentagon spokesman said there is no more funding to replace the weapons taken from the department's stocks. And the Ukraine Security Assistance Initiative, which provides long-term funding for future weapons content, is also out of money. So there's no money. And we just gave them $250 million worth of stuff. No one knew that Ukraine got attacked last night. And there's no more money. And that's why they're asking for more money. Guys, listen. I don't want you to think that I'm not a human being with feelings and emotions. But when does this end? When does this end? When does all of our bullets and bandages and stuff go and stop going over there? When does our money stop going over there? What are we at? $33 trillion in debt? Hold on a second. Let's talk about this. U.S. debt clock. Real time. U.S. debt clock, real time. Let's see if we can break the algorithm with this puppy. I'm seriously thinking I need to get away from Bing on this because I'm not super happy with what I'm seeing here. When do we stop paying for all this stuff to happen? And here's the problem. Here's the real problem. We're in it. We're stuck in it. We have to keep doing this. We have to. And we have to because if we don't and Russia wins, it won't because we lost the big game. It will because it will cause rifts throughout Europe that could embolden Russia to do even more. At some point, we will have to stop doing this. At some point, it will move past saber rattling. And that's when things are going to really get bad. Robert says, come on, LP. As long as we keep giving, they will keep taking. Absolutely, Robert. Absolutely. That's what I'm talking about. That's absolutely what I'm talking about. Listen, the NATO going into NATO thing fell apart immediately because NATO states don't like paying their own bills. They don't. This. Guys, what are we at here? 7 years ago, someone went to NATO. Okay, someone went to NATO. He was an American president. And he said, pay your freaking fair share because shit's about to go down. And if you don't, It's going to get worse. It happened. NATO doesn't care. NATO's all this. That's all they do. They just talk. So I don't know, because I don't want to like explode in stupidity here, and I'd like to maintain my composure. Oh, let's see here. Let's see. Even Lviv was bombed. Alerts were active in the region. I don't care about the politics. Thanks for your answer. No, yeah, no problem, Bob. No problem. Here's the thing. I think people need to remember it's a war. People die. And I'm going to leave it at that. Oh, let's see here. Let's go ahead and switch back to this. I'm going to check the chat real quick. Oh, somebody. Major Ken says, I have really thick skin, LP. I can take it. Where are we at here? What are we doing? World War III is still in its infancy. You have to have multiple players on each side. They're aligning, though. Absolutely true. Let's see. Shaft is supposed to start in January for what I saw. What is Shaft? Tefel, what is Shaft? I don't know what that is. Good morning, all. Good. There's Robert Voorhees. Good to see you. Let's see here. I posted the link to the fire pit that was talking about in Discord. Gotcha. I'll take a look at that. Thank you very much. Robert says, come on, LP. As long as we keep giving them, we talked about that. It was like we're buying friends, but ask them to back us up in a situation, then they won't be able to. Very true. Other countries hate Americans, but love asking for help. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Listen, guys, I love it when people say it's more complicated than that. It's a complicated situation. We give money to our enemies all the damn time. We give money to countries that hate our guts. We give money to countries that are actively trying to kill us. We give money to countries that won't do anything for us. It all needs to stop. It all needs to stop. And I tell you what, with BRICS coming online, guys, if you haven't noticed, they're asking questions like, why aren't we doing sanctions on these countries? Why aren't we doing sanctions on those countries? Because they're all the same countries that are part of the BRICS nation, that all want to be part of the BRICS nations. And that your sanctions won't work anymore. And when you do, like, I'm going to go do sanctions on you, and then they go, those don't work because we're not part of your little fucking scheme anymore. It blows up in their face. It gives power to the BRICS nations if we try to put sanctions on countries that don't want to be part of our little SWIFT program anymore and want to be part of BRICS. It's crazy. Let's see. Shaft is how they're going to be able to find you at the phone operators. Fine. And is that T-Mobile only? Gotcha. Tefel, I see what you said. You sent me a DM on the Discord. Gotcha, bro. I will definitely look into that. Maybe we'll talk about that on the next live stream. Let's see here. Jay says, hey, Jay, I haven't seen you in a while. Part of it is probably just higher scale money laundering. Yeah, well, here's the thing. It's at this point, there's no money laundering. Okay. And there's no money laundering because there's no money to give. All right. The DOD. So the money came from the Congress. The president gave it away. The money came from the Congress. The president gave it away. The money came from the Congress. The president gave it away. There's no more money for Congress to give away. They've said there's no more money, guys. There's no more money. So now they're doing it. The DOD has programs designed to support countries that need help. They gave all that money away, and they gave them all the bullets. And then they gave the money away and more bullets. They gave the money away and there are no bullets. And now the DOD is saying, guys, there's no more money. There's no more bullets. So all of this is just going to blow up. Firearms, shaft, sex. I hate firearms, guns, tobacco. That's way too much. It's probably if they use AI to do illegal search of info. Yeah, well, I don't know. I announced Shaft and Wire a week ago. Gotcha. Well, we only use Wire as our backup comes, Bob, in case Discord goes down. Matter of fact, we'll be doing that after the first of the year. Okay, so I think that's going to be about it, guys. It's been almost an hour. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. As usual, if you like what I'm doing, you know how to find me. You know, hit those like buttons and all those subscribe buttons for the new people. If you'd like to support the channel, there are links below. We are looking for a few more Patreons for the inner circle, and it could be you. It could be you. If you decide to join for free, I understand, but I don't post a lot of stuff for the freebie guys. Most of it is for the people who actually paid the $3 a month. And yeah, or it's $30 a year or some crap like that. But anyway, it's a drop in the button. Midwest Preparedness Project. Good to see you, my friend. I know who you are. Hit those buttons. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes and go ahead and do that now. Love you guys. We'll talk to you later.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a night.